Hi there, Bob here from Prohostcloud, and in today's video, we are going to talk about a couple of plugins. This is like part two of uh, the plugin video that I started. The other video went over a little long, so we're going to wrap it up. The most common plugins that I use when building a website. If you're interested in web hosting services, go to www.prohostcloud.com and check out our awesome deals. All right, so here we are back at our homepage, our Prohostcloud homepage, which is www.prohostcloud.com. You're going to log into your account. Once you log into your account, you're going to go into your client area, log into your cPanel, and then go ahead and scroll down to WordPress. Here, let's just do it. Scroll down to WordPress, log into WordPress, and once you're in there, you scroll down and launch. Now, if you launch from here, you're going to launch to your actual website on the internet. But if you launch from this icon here, it says log in as administrator. When you launch, you're going to launch into the dashboard. Once you're in your dashboard, I want you to scroll down to plugins and go to install plugins. So in the first video, we talked about iTheme security and Lightspeed cache. Today we're going to be talking about rank math and Updraft. And as you know, this is actually a website built for a customer. I'm starting, so before I actually get into the build, I want to go over these settings real quickly. Or these won't be the final settings for his website, but it will be. But I needed a fresh install to be able to show you these two plugins. Okay. These are some of the most common ones. If you're using Elementor, I use Divi a lot, so my Divi builder will be my Divi will be installed as the theme. But if you're going to use Elementor, which is a plugin, that would be there. I think WP Lite was installed in our first video. I'm not a big fan of WP Lite. It sometimes acts up for me, so I don't always. I prefer Forminator, so I'm going to deactivate this. And we're going to just delete that particular plugin. And then, so here's the Forminator. That's a Forms plugin. We're not going to do that video today. Today, we're going to focus on Rank Math, which is your SEO. That's search engine optimization. And this is what gets you recognized on Google, Yahoo, Bing, and some other search engines, so that people can find your website. And then we're also going to do Updraft, which I install on every single one of my builds. And the reason I do that is I like to do weekly updates on my website, or if I've done major revisions on my website and I want an immediate copy, if something happens to the website, you can, well, we'll go over Updraft in a little bit here. So let's go over Rank Math first. So when you go into Rank Math, you're going to go to the setup wizard. Now, if for some reason you're not here, if you leave the wizard, I'll show you in a minute here. But you can do, if you're not comfortable filling out all this stuff, Rank Math will do a decent job. If you go easy mode, they'll do all the basics for you. And then you just have to do some tweaking. Today we're going to go in advanced mode, so we can set it more permanently. You just start the wizard. All right, so we are not going to import our Yoast CEO, so we can do a full setup here. All right, what is your blog's name? Okay, so my blog is what? And is it a personal blog? If you're making a blog where you're going to be communicating with people one-on-one, community blog or news site, and that's when you might have more than one blogger or more than one writer, or a news site where you're giving information to people. A personal portfolio, and that's when you want to demonstrate your work, or even like background information on yourself if you're looking to get work, or possibly, like if you're an artist, you can display your work to sell, things like that. Or if you want, you can, if you're a painter or a construction worker, you can show some jobs that you have done, and that way, before people hire you, they know your work quality. A small business site, and this could be something like you own a pizza shop, or you own a donut shop, and you just want people to know that you exist, and what you offer. A web shop, and that's more like where people can actually shop on your website. And other personal and other business. Today, this is, I would call a web shop. An organization. If you can't find a category that you feel comfortable with, you can leave it generalized as an organization, but this is an online store, so let's see what they have for that. I'm going to go down. You see there's tons and tons, absolutely a lot of different, I wouldn't say we're a wholesale store. I would say an outlet store maybe. But this store is 100% online. You do all your shopping here. Yeah, I would say a clothing store. All right. And then your company name, and this is actually my website, which I'm redoing. I have enigmaapparels.com. It's still on my old service. I'm getting ready to move it over, but before I do that, I want to build a new website for it. The old website is fairly slow, and I don't know if it's the server or if it's the theme or what have not, but default social icon. What this is this, every time, so if you have your social shares set up so people can share your website or your products or your blogs or whatever you're trying to push with people, you want your icon, so you can go into your library and just tap that, and you want to be consistent with your logo. We're going to save and continue. We are not going to connect to Rank Math right at this moment, but sometimes when you're putting up a new site, you got to verify your ownership with Google Console, with Bing. Bing also will get you into Yahoo, so I believe. So you have to verify this, and you can do this right through connecting with Rank Math. It makes life easier, because if you don't, you have to go into the Google Search Console, and to verify your site, you have to copy code, paste code, that kind of stuff. It might mean adding an extra plugin, or it could mean actually going into your database and adding code. And I don't recommend that. If you can not add anything to your site, or add very little, I would not recommend adding plugins or changing code if you don't have to. If you can do it just by connecting with your Rank Math, then that's okay. But we're going to skip this step for now, because I'm going to wait until the website's totally built and done before I actually connect it. All right, sitemap. Now, as you can see, the sitemap is on, and this is going to be important later, because what a sitemap actually does, it maps out your site, and you can it tells the Google and Yahoo and Bing what's on your website, and when they crawl it for updates and stuff, they look at those pages that you've submitted and what content's on there. If people, for instance, if I'm selling Donald Trump shirts, for instance, let's just use that as an example, and I might have, as my listing or my title, Donald Trump T-shirt. Then if somebody's looking for a Donald Trump T-shirt in the Google search, I may come up or rank higher than maybe somebody who has just T-shirts or just has Donald Trump. If they're, if that exact search is Donald Trump T-shirts and you're have that on your page, you're going to rank higher than somebody that just has Donald Trump or Donald Trump, or I'm sorry, just T-shirts or that. So that's how you rank higher on Google. Include images, and yes, we want those included. Sometimes, have you ever done a search and you're just looking for a pic of something, a picture? It will bring this up from the tags in, and we'll go over that later in a little bit. But the headings in your tags will help you rank higher in Google. All right, so this is the public post types, and this is what the sitemap will include. We do not probably want to include landing pages, all right, because my landing pages are for maybe sales or direct links from Facebook when I'm advertising, or maybe I sometimes advertise with Google, mostly Facebook. I seem to have the best results from them. I do want to include my products, and I do want to include my page. Posts. This is not going to be, I'm not going to do many posts on this site, if any. So I'm just going to deselect that one. And then public taxonomies. Do you want to include categories or product categories? I do not want to include categories, but I do want to include product categories because I have different types of t-shirts. So, and each t-shirt has its own category. For instance, I have a line called Fallen Angel. And with the Fallen Angel, it's basically, a theme with angels on the shirts and what have not. And I also have a city theme. Well, I used to. I think I deleted that. But so, you want to include those patterns. If somebody wants a city t-shirt, and they type that in, or a Fallen Angel t-shirt, then those product categories could come up in their search results. We're going to save and continue. Optimization, and these are SEO tweaks, okay? Settings empty archives to no index is useful to avoid indexation of the context. So if something is empty, let's say you delete a page, but the link is still there, you do not want that categorized, that link categorized by Google, or I'm sorry, indexed by Google. So people, when they search it and they go to it, it's just a 404 error. You want to make sure this is clicked, and then non-follow external links. We do not want them to go to the external links. We want them to come to our website. And if you put any external links to other, it may be an article about something or a review about something. You don't want them leaving. You don't want Google indexing that and then sending somebody to someone else's website. Open external links in new tab. Yes, you do that. Now, so we're going to save and continue. And we're 100% optimized, but we still have a little work to do here. We're going to go to Setup, Advanced Options. All right. And here is the Role Manager. Now, what the Role Manager is, it tells Rank Math who can do what and what they have control over. You have administrator, editors, authors, contributors, subscribers, press monitors, press participants, and so forth and so on. And each one of these can have a role. As since I'm not writing articles, I'm going to deselect all these because I don't want anyone to have control over my website. Mine's a product website, and if somebody had control and went in, they could possibly mess up some settings for me. It might take me a long time to figure out, or they might force me. So nobody except me, the administrator, has control over this. But let's say you're a blog and you have an editor and an author. You might want to give them control on maybe some page settings so that they can optimize the page for you. Some social settings so they can share it with their social settings, or they can share it with their social media, so somebody knows from who they are and might want to read an article from your website, so forth and so on. Maybe just the page settings, but I wouldn't give them control over most of this stuff up here. I would just give them maybe page control. Same with the editor. Well, the editor depends if you trust them or not, but maybe page settings, and go in and change and fix pages, but maybe not over the whole website. All right, and then we're going to save and continue. All right, this is important. 404 monitor. This is like when a page is not found, and this will lower your ranking in search engines. So you want them. It says the 404 monitor will not let you see if visitors or search engines bump into 404. You want that turned on, so you want to know if people are hitting 404s. Also, redirect. You want to have 404s directed automatically through rank math, so you don't get those errors, or it doesn't show up in search engines. We're gonna save and continue. Schema markup, and this is interesting. If you have articles and use automatic structured data to mark up content to help Google better understand your content's context for display and search. So if and this will work for several different things. Look at, if you're writing articles for blogs, you can leave that. Book, course, event, job posting, music, product, recipe, restaurant, video. If you have any of it, maybe a service. If for instance you're offering a service for your website, maybe you're a computer software person that uploads software, then you're going to want that kind of stuff highlighted for people who are searching for that kind of service. You could highlight a person. We are going to do product because this is a schema type for pages, and once again we are going to go down to product. All right, schema type for a landing page. We do not have landing pages that are going to be indexed, so we're not going to worry about that. Schema type for products, and we already have that highlighted there. And then we're going to save and continue. All right, so this brings you back to the dashboard. And as I was saying earlier, let's say for some reason you don't get a chance to set up your rank math right away, and you want to go back into the wizard. All you have to do is at the top, this tab here, re-click it, and you can go through and adjust your settings at any time you want. They do sell a pro version. I am not promoting the pro version. I think if you're just starting off, you don't need the pro version right away. Wait till because the free version does a pretty good job of helping you optimize your web pages. I would like after you get some business and you want to continue to grow it faster, then you may go to the pro version and it'll do even more to help you optimize. But the free version does a really nice job. And as you can see, as you go through your dashboard, we have the monitor set, we have the analytics set, we have the content set. Here's one that I recommend setting, and so we're going to set this. This is the image SEO. and we're going to set that to on. I'll explain why in a minute, but make sure that's on if you have pics that you might want indexed so people can find your pics. It might lead them to your page, which might sell them a product, or sell them if you're promoting other people's products like an affiliate, then you might be able to sell something, or have them read your blog, whatever the case may be. All right, so moving on. And you see we have the role manager set. Okay, and I like this particular set in analysis, so make sure that's set. The sitemap set, and WooCommerce is set. All right, and if you don't have WooCommerce, this particular website I'm building does use WooCommerce, just because I need a way to display product and cash people out and things like that, so it integrates well, and then with my PayPal and my Stripe, and that way it can it can. But if I didn't have WooCommerce plug and load in, this box would not even be here. Okay. All right, and that's basically getting set up. Now we're going to go back, and I want to show you how to. We went back and we toggled this image SEO, and let me show you. We're going to go to visit the page real quick. All right, and let's say we're going to pick this image, okay? And it seems to be an image of a skeleton given the peace sign. All right, we're gonna go in with Elementor, or no, I'm sorry, we're going to go into Edit Page. Once we get to the block editor, now we're not going to actually use the block editor to edit this page, but what we're going to do, we're going to close this. We are going to come over here and we are going to add page featured image. Go under featured image, and then we're going to select a featured image. All right, so we're looking for that skeleton. If I can find it here. I cannot. Let's just pick a different image for now, because I haven't uploaded any of my t-shirts or any hoodies yet, so for my site. So let's just pick an image. Oh, here it is, right here. All right, and we're gonna set as featured image. So it'll pull the featured image here. Now, when you come into your featured image, where is that? Up here, you can see that this is left blank, this alt text. And this is how Google recognizes your product or your image. And so, for this particular one, I might put like skeleton piece t-shirt. All right, and by putting in this alt text, now we're gonna set this as featured English. All right, by doing that, now when Google indexes our or crawls our website, it's going to read that in front of that text. And if somebody searches for a skeleton piece t-shirt, this picture of it, this image will come up. This may, if they click on that image, this may lead them back to your website and get you visitors, okay? So that's how you set an image. We're going to update, and then we're going to head back to our page. All right. Now, I really like this theme compared to my old theme. It's really nice and clean. It will have, you know, and then it'll have my products and categories, most loved products, and other happy clients. But what I'm going to do for mine is I'm going to add a section in and add categories, and I'll have like 3 or 4 different categories, and people can go into that category and look at the t-shirt, all the t-shirts in that category, plus all product. If you go to all product, they will display everything you sell. All right, but anyways, we're going to go back in to my dashboard, and we're going to go back into plugins, install plugins. And that's basically it for Rank Math. Once you get that set up, you will rank higher after you connect with the Google Search Console. They realize your site's alive and well. You have to paste. Oh, let me show you that real quick. Let's go down to Rank Math here. Under what, tools? Oh, here it is up here. All right, you got to go into sitemaps. And once you go into the sitemaps, all right, here is your sitemap. Okay, so now Rank Math knows all your pages and what you want indexed. Once you do that, you just copy and paste this into the Google Search Console. So you just copy it, and all right, I pulled up my Google Search Console just because I want to show you how to do this. But all you have to do is in a Google search is search Google Google Search Console, and it'll bring it up. You have to, if you don't already have an account, you have to sign up for an account, or if you have a Google login, you can use that to log in and then list your website. So here's my Enigma Apparels, and then I would go down to Sitemaps. And in sitemaps, you would just copy, or we already copied, you would just paste that text right in there and then hit submit. I'm not going to submit because I don't want people to know my website exists, and this is not even the correct URL. This is just my staging site where I'm building it. So I'm just going to get rid of that. All right. So we're going to get rid of this. I just wanted to show you real quick how to get, where you would have to paste it. But anyways, so after you do that, you're pretty much done. And, if you connect with, hold on one second. We're going to close that out. Well, if you connect with Rank Math, then you have the opportunity to just recognize the Google Search Console just with a click of a button from Google Rank Math. Okay? All right, anyways, that is the first tutorial on on Rank Math. The second tutorial, we're just going to visit the site real quick. Back to dashboard. Our second tutorial, we are going to come down and go to plugins. And then we're going to go and look at Updraft. And what I do with Updraft is I back up my website once a week automatically. And all you have to do is go to, as before, you just go add new. And then once once it goes to the search, it displays, we'll just do it real quick. You add new. And then you just type in Updraft, and you'll see mine's already installed. And then you would just hit install and activate. But see, mine's already done. So we're going to go back to plugins, and then we're going to go into the Updraft itself. Okay. You can buy a premium version of this. I don't really use this to move websites. I do it through the files. I copy and download the files and I upload them to the new site. If I'm migrating somebody's site for them, yeah, I do it through the root directory. I don't use this to migrate sites, but I do use it to back up my site. So anyways, all right, so we got the, you can buy the Pro version, which will allow you, but I think it's like $40 a year, but that will allow you to move your, have more control, more, to be able to do more things with Updraft. We're just going to go into settings. And once you're in the settings, you can see there's backup and restore. There's migrate and clone. Now you would need the Pro version to be able to use that setting. We're going to go into settings. And the first thing that you want to do is where are you going to store this stuff? I don't want it stored on my server because my server explodes. I'm just kidding. If my server goes down and it's not working, you won't be able to upload your backups. So I want this off-site if possible. So I'm gonna choose my Google Drive. And once you can go ahead and sign in to your Google Drive, and you got to leave this for a minute. And then Google's going to ask you for permission. So I'm going to use my Prohostcloud account, and we are going to allow them to Updraft to access my Google account, and we're going to complete the setup. Once you do that, you should end up, if I'm not mistaken, back on the home page, or okay. So you're right back here. We're going to go back into settings. And if you see at the top, it says file backup schedule. You can set it for whatever you want. Remember, you only get 15 gigs of hard drive. So if you set it from Google, if you set it too much, if you set it for too many times, you will end up running out of space and it won't be able to save for you. So I do mine weekly. All right. And how many backups should you retain? Some people do 3, some people do 4. I just do 2. I feel that's all you need. And you want to also make sure you do your database. All right, so you want all your files backed up and all your databases backed up. That way, if something goes down, you have it. Okay, we're already going to save to Google. All right, and you want plugins, themes, uploads, others in directory. So make sure all these boxes here are checked. You could check this if you want an email when it backs up, but that gets annoying. I don't usually check that. And then we're going to go ahead and save changes. All right, so we're going to go to backup and restore, and it's easy to back up your website. Okay, so all you do is hit backup now, and it'll include your databases and files. Send this back up to remote storage, and that's the Google Drive, and I'll only allow this backup to be deleted manually. Maybe when you're doing like a fresh backup, like let's say you've just done 3 hours worth of revisions on your website and you want to back it up and save it in case something happens. You're going to want to check this at least one time. But for this first one, I'll just check that now. That way, you have to manually delete it. Now, since we only check 2, it's going to constantly rotate every time it updates. It'll get rid of the old one and put the new one on. And that's kind of what we want. But, if you have a lot of changes to your website, or a lot of customers, or a lot of clients, or a lot of members, you're going to want to occasionally update the website and save it to be unchecked. You don't want to lose those people that, in their addresses and their phone numbers or whatever else you have. So we're just going to hit back up now, and this takes a few minutes. All right, it's done already. The backup is done already. So if you scroll down, you'll see your new backup as of June 28th. And then look at here, you notice that's locked. So the only way to delete it is just to go in and manually delete it. Now, when this does its weekly backup, okay, and you're gonna have 2 we scheduled on the other page, it's going to automatically back up a second copy. But then the week after that, it will remove that top copy and put a new copy in. The only thing is you know, if you do revisions, I would highly recommend deleting this copy and doing a fresh backup and locking that. So that's basically it. I mean, this is not a real hard plugin. It's very useful. And what's one more thing. Any one of these, your databases, plugins, themes, uploads, and others, you can just go into them individually. All right. If you go into any one of them individually, once it's done loading back from Google, okay, you can download any of these files to your computer. All right. So this one here is already, and then once they will end up in your download file under downloads. I would copy and paste them into, you know, make a new file folder. But if you need to restore your site, you know, you'll have those 5 folders or 5 files in a folder ready to go. Just upload them individually. They'll be zipped. But you can upload them, reopen them here, and then add them back, or then restore them. So once you bring them up here and unzip them, it'll give you a new database backup, and then you just hit restore, and it'll fix your site. Well, restore it to that previous version. So that's basically it. We are going to visit. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want to visit my site. I wanted to go back to. I didn't know what I want to do. I just want to go back to my plugins real quick. So, you know, in the past, the other video we talked about iThemes and Lightspeed. In today's video, we talked about Updraft and we talked about Rank Math. Please give me a thumbs up and a like. All right, and before I let you go today, I just want to go back to Prohostcloud.com and show you the awesome deal we have. Start on our high-speed NVMe storage, high speed, and our light speed technology, caching technology. It's absolutely insanely fast. You can get, if you're going to pay by the month, you can get a single website for $5.95 a month. If you got the gold plan, you can have up to 3 websites for $9.90 and then up to 10 websites for $14.95. But hold on, look at this. If you pay for 3 years, you can get it for $2.95 a month. That's only $106.20 for 3 years on your website. How about if you wanted 3 websites? $250.20, which is crazy. That's only $6.95 a month. If you utilize all 3, it's roughly $2.33 for a website for a month. How about the platinum? If you utilized all 10 websites, it comes to $9.95 a month. That would only be $1 a website. But hold on. For anybody who's actually watching this video, I'm not going to list it down below. Anybody who's watching this video, if you want high speed, if you want fast, if you want inexpensive, if you want reliability, we have like 99.9% uptime. I'll give you 50% off today. The first 50 customers, if you under coupons put in the code discount 50, it's discount lowercase, all lowercase, discount 50, you'll get 50% off any 1, 2, or 3 year plans. I'm sorry, not the silver, just the gold and the platinum. You get 50% off. And I just want to mention one more thing. If you order the silver cloud pan for 3 years and you renew for 3 years, your price is always going to be $295. You have the gold plan for $695 a month. you're for the rest of the life of that account, it's going to be $695 a month. And what do you think I'm going to say about the platinum? It's going to be $995 a month for the rest of the life of that plan. Insanely crazy. Some of our competitors, they very sneakily, hey, yeah, we got this great offer, man. We'll give you $295 web hosting on our cloud service. And then 3 years comes around and it renews at like $14.95 a month, or if you have like a business, some sort of business plan or higher plan, $29.95 a month. That's absolutely ridiculous. These prices are locked for the life of that plan. All right, here we are, finished with another Prohostcloud video. I hope you got something meaningful out of this today. You know, plugins are important, and I just want to remind everybody, you know, before you go slapping tons and tons of plugins in, research your plugins and see what they do. Make sure they're going to be functional for you, and they're not going to slow down your website. And remember, try to keep your plugins between under 10 if you can, no more than 10 to 12. Most of my websites, no, all of my websites, all my clients' websites, anybody who builds and gets information or recommendations from me keeps their plugins under 10. You just don't want all that extra code slowing down your website, making extra requests, HTTP requests. And then, like I said in previous videos, it's so very important to keep customers, mobile device users engaged. And if it's if it's over 5 or 6 seconds, they are going to leave that page, move on, and you could have lost a potential client or customer. That's all, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.